Hello, people of the internet. My name's Isaiah.
And my name is Matt.
And welcome to episode 17
yeah.
of the Mildly Ignorant podcast. Our New Year's Eve special. This episode will be going up on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, a New Year's extravaganza.
Yeah, a new year, new me. Same Mildly Ignorant podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you to everyone who listened to our Christmas special. Hopefully you all had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Hopefully Santa Claus was nice to you this year. Gave you everything you wanted. If you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or any other holiday, hopefully you had
a fulfilling holiday.
I was going to say, hopefully your version of Santa Claus is good to you too.
Yeah, that it's just different, like, racial stereotype versions of Santa Claus. That's
exactly
right. That's how it works.
That's
right?
exactly how it works. Yeah. Hopefully those holidays were good to you. And now we will all go into the new year in just a matter of days, unless you're not Western,
like
country.
not planning to
exactly, because not all countries have New Year's at the same time. So again, New Year's for some people, not New Year's for others.
I thought you meant people were gonna like
stay in.
Never
2021.
mind. Yeah. Okay.
If you didn't know, Matt, not everyone has the same New Year's. Okay.
No, I get that now.
You uncultured.
Referencing something a little darker.
No. Okay. I apologize if that was what you were referring to. Please don't do that.
Yeah, come join us in the new year.
Please. We'll read off the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number. Please don't.
I mean, maybe we should do that because this time of year is a difficult time of year for a lot of people, and considering the circumstances, this year hasn't been easy. So let's just take that moment to realize, like, hey, we did it. We made it to the end of 2021, and we can do that. We can have a new beginning. We can remain hopeful.
Yep. You made it to the end of an arbitrary time period defined by humankind, and time
Let's
for
do it
another
again.
one. It's time for another one, baby.
You're so cynical.
Oh, we are pessimists and cynical and negative. But please don't kill yourself. That's not what we meant at all.
No, exactly.
But yeah, thank you for everyone who listened. I'll do it again at the end, but I just want to make sure everyone that listens to like the first 5 minutes then drops out, please follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah.
Please.
If you're gonna listen, just like put it on, and then if you're tired of it, just mute us. But keep it going.
Keep it going, yeah.
Totally don't mind.
I'm gonna do all the shout outs at the start because that way people can go follow us on social media. Share us with all your friends. Maybe if you don't listen to us, some other friends will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think today, Matt, you wanted to do a little year in reminiscing, and then a little foretelling, predicting, a little prediction on the future, I guess. What's in store for the Mildly Ignorant podcast?
Yeah, I'm doing individual tarot readings. So if anybody wants to know the future, I'm just kidding.
Do it for the Mildly Ignorant podcast, Matt. Flip your cards. What's in the future for us?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a side series, and we're gonna be like Mildly Ignorant Tarot, where like I have a one-on-one with a viewer, and we record it, and I just like tell them. I'm just kidding. I'm just going off the cuff here. So you can listen into other people's sessions. Yeah, no, I just thought maybe we could talk about like how and why we formed the podcast, what we've talked about, what we want to keep talking about, and hopefully things that we've heard the last of.
we can do a little
Drinking?
No, not pre-drinking. Like pre-podcast era discussion. During podcast, what's the word for during? Like pre, post, and then whatever the middle is. Current podcast discussion, and then future podcast discussion.
Yeah.
So the story of our podcast being created, the Mildly Ignorant podcast, was me texting Matt and going, "Hey, you want to start a podcast?" And Matt going, "Sure." The end.
Okay, no. Okay, the thing is, like, being an obnoxious gay, when I first moved out,
You're not obnoxious.
I was like,
shut up.
oh, thanks. I was like, I should do something. I should, like, put my mark out into the world. And then, like, I had the idea of doing a podcast, but, like, at the time, I didn't listen to podcasts, and I still just listen to very few podcasts. If it's like someone I find interesting, I'll like tune in if they're like a special guest or something, but there's no podcast that I like exclusively listen to. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I feel like it's the same thing as like making a YouTube channel and like you don't watch other YouTubers. It's just like more feet in the pie. I know that's not the expression.
What does that even mean?
Like, what is it? Like hands in the cookie jar or whatever?
Too many hands in the cookie jar?
Yeah, too many feet in the pie.
Too many voices in the podcast world.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then,
that is true. I mean, like, podcasting.
Especially with the pandemic when it first started.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, like, as much as we joke about being like Joe Rogan or whatever, like, podcasting, like, YouTube is hard to begin with, right? Becoming famous on YouTube is hard. Getting, like, any kind of recognition in the podcasting world is infinitely even more, like, difficult just because of the medium and the fact that it's, like, there's so many podcasts out there, right? It's hard to distinguish yourself. I just want to say,
though, like, I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I don't know if I've ever said it, like, on the record, but, like, I love doing this with you. I look forward to this every week. And I didn't think I would at first. I thought it would get, like, kind of become, like, a chore really quick. But, like, I don't know, just, like, shooting the shit with you for, like, an hour every week. It is so much fun.
Is this a bit?
And no, I swear to God, it's not a bit.
Is this a bit?
It's really fun. And, like, just, I've talked to people about, like, the obligatory, like, when you meet up with someone you haven't seen for a couple months or, like, a year or so. Like, during Christmas, it was my brother's fiance's family, and like it was just like, oh, so like, what have you been doing? What have you been up to? How's school? And like, I never really had anything to talk about because it's like, oh, I fucking hate school.
And now I started a podcast.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like people are like, oh my God, really? Or like, yeah, I saw, like, how's that going? And like, I have something to talk about where it is something that's like tangible and it's like mine, and I feel like I don't want to say making a difference. I haven't really made a difference, but like,
no, but like that's the mentality.
It makes a difference to me.
Well, yeah, that's the mentality we have to adopt. Like, lots of people that do, I don't want to say like media. I mean, it is media stuff. Like, people are just trying to get famous off the internet just to get famous and have no joy in doing it. You're gonna burn out so quick because the odds of you getting any kind of relevance is close to nothing, right?
Yeah.
So
oftentimes it's a fluke, right?
Yeah, it's always by fluke. So, like, yes, there is ways you can help yourself get out there and stuff like that. There's no guarantees. Yeah. But like, having the mentality of it being a passion project and something you like doing is the only way you'll be able to not live with yourself, but like, keep it sustainable. Because
exactly,
like, podcasts. Well, yeah, some of them, like you said, do get famous overnight, but lots of people that grind it out have grinded for years to get to the level that they're at, right? It's just it's long periods of time of crappiness to get to some kind of relevance. And I mean, like, it's not like our end goal, even though we would appreciate it would be nice.
Exactly, it's
still fun to like, just whether we have like 10 views or 10 million views,
10 million.
Yeah, like, that it wouldn't change what we do. We would still sit in front of a computer and we would still record our voices talking about shit.
It really is, the friends we made along the way.
Because there's no parasocial relationships. The Mildly Ignorant Podcast.
Yeah,
we don't.
But I mean, should we? Yeah, and we're kind of bringing it back to starting the podcast. It was just like something that had been like on the back burner, and then you brought it up and you were so enthusiastic about it. You were like, yeah, I've been wanting to do one forever, but like nobody said yes, or like I haven't found anybody who I think would be like willing to do it. So then we came together and it was like, boom, fireworks.
took the internet by storm, and now we're here.
We broke the internet.
Like, as much as I joke around about like that typical like meme where it's like straight white guys start a podcast instead of going to therapy, like even though part of that may be true, I mean, it's still fun. I mean, I wanted to do a podcast for a long time. I used to do like a few like do podcasts here and there for like a website that I help run.
Yeah.
Way back when, but never nothing like concrete that was 100% my own.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even 100% my own. I mean, it's 50-50 with you, but like it's still like my project, if that makes sense. Like our project,
Yeah.
I guess.
No,
I
mean, like
it's
I
our
equally
idea.
call it mine.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah. It's. I mean, technically it's ours, but like it's like we created it. It's not like a guest on someone else's podcast or work, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, and I mean, it comes back to your idea of like how we like doing it. So we like it's never a chore to put the work into it, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like as much as we pretend to argue and bitch about who's gonna edit and who's gonna do what. I mean, maybe we do not like editing, but
it's just it's like a necessary evil that comes with it.
Well, yeah, exactly. And like Matt and I are discussing ways to like grow our audience, and that's just another chore that comes with it. And I don't mind doing that because it's it's part of the passion project, and it's not a chore.
Exactly.
It's something I'm interested in doing, so might as well do it.
Well, like knowing you've always had a proclivity to like being. I don't want to say.
Can you use like simple words, please, Matt? It's not a lecture, okay?
You've always been inclined to like
still too complicated.
Have an online presence. Just like I creeped your old YouTube channel and just stuff you used to say and do, and it's like you know what to do, like you know what you're doing. It's just
for those who know, I have a little gamer channel when I was a little high schooler, a little wee lad. I was a gamer boy on the internet.
Yeah,
I was famous.
So did you want to get into kind of what we've talked about? We'll do a little quick overview of each of our episodes.
Sure. Yeah, I guess we can do a little recap of each episode and what we discussed.
Really just gonna look at the descriptions we've given each episode. So if like if
those are the main topics, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If we didn't like write an interesting or informative description, that's totally our own fault, and we're gonna suffer for it.
I can do the first one though. I can do the first episode.
Yeah, sure.
Our first episode where the cringe began. Matt and I had no idea how to do a podcast, and still kind of don't, but we're getting there. I think that's one thing that's we can probably see right away is that the first few episodes were kind of like we didn't know what we were doing. It wasn't much flow, and
we were trying things out, right?
Yeah, we were it was a bit awkward at start, but like it's normal, I guess, for everyone. People are there to see progress. But yeah, the first episode, we decided to introduce ourselves talking about our shittiest moments in life. Has that changed, Matt? Is that one of your worst days ever still? Getting lost on campus and finding yourself in like someone's front yard and whatever, calling your dad.
It's just so funny because like looking back, I could picture that in like a movie or like a really shitty like teen
Hallmark. No,
not Hallmark. No happy endings here. Just like a shitty like Netflix movie or something. Like just over the top dramatic. How about you losing your iPod and
that's still one of my
old people steal it from you?
Yeah, that's one of my most memorable days. Not in a good way, but it's one of the days I remember the most. Which is unfortunate, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
At least you got it back.
At least I got my iPod back. Yeah, that's true. We also talked about China banning video games and femboys.
Yeah.
Little update to that. I found out this week that China's banned Steam, I think.
Oh, wow.
So Steam just lost like 3/4 of their fucking user base, probably.
That's a big yikes.
I think, yeah. Hold on, I'm looking up bans. Steam, there you go. It's right there. Yeah, the global version of Steam appears to be banned in China, according to like some programming server stuff that people like. Oh, website domain. Never mind. People like from outside the country looked up the website domain in like China and it seems to be banned.
Crazy. And we also talked about People taking horse drugs.
Yeah, people doing horse drugs. The left doing fentanyl and the right doing
Ivermectin.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it's called.
I just know what it's called because there was a Pokemon meme. It's like Pokemon ketamine version and Pokemon Ivermectin.
Yeah,
like, that's how I remember it.
I guess it'd be ketamine. Is fentanyl a horse drug? I think fentanyl's a horse drug too, but ketamine was like the...
Ketamine is the one the gays use.
The gays use?
Yeah.
There's a specific drug for gays?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
no, like the party gays, like you just drop some K and it's like you're ready to go all night.
How about ecstasy?
Ecstasy. What is this? The 90s?
None of that pussy shit here. We do hardcore drugs that kill you if you have like half a milligram too much.
Exactly. Then we had my best friend Lizard on the pod, the one who does the mildly ignorant art. And
she does all our art.
She's our art department.
Our art department. She's the one that designed all our thumbnails, so our Halloween special and our Christmas special,
and potentially any other specials that we intend to have forward.
Might be a special thumbnail for this New Year's one if we can get it in time. Who knows? Maybe it might.
So Liz, if you're listening to this and we haven't asked you yet, we're sorry. We're too late.
It's too late.
But I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, episode 2 was kind of a downer.
That was our long one.
Yeah, it was a very long one, but kind of a downer topic. We talked about Activision Blizzard being a piece of shit for like an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah. Pretty much. Basically the whole lawsuit case with Activision Blizzard, women getting harassed, sexually assaulted in the workplace, whole frat boy community, and then Activision saying, "Hey, we'll solve this issue. McCree is no longer named McCree. Problem solved." Woo!
Yeah. And I mean, Blizzard has just kept taking hits. Like,
yeah, we did.
It feels like every story that they're in the news is just something negative.
Yeah, we did. We'll talk about it later on in another episode. We'll get to it later. And then we also talked about TikTok witches hexing the Taliban and reality shifters.
Now the big thing is empaths.
I don't know what that is, actually.
Like those people who are like, I'm an empath. I know what other people are feeling.
Oh, wow. You can read body cues and
simple like social cues.
That's such a Twitter thing. Can we normalize visualizing other people's emotions? Yeah, reading
other people's emotions. Yeah. No, it's becoming really big because like people were like, "Oh, I'm such an empath. I can like pick out a narcissist in the room." And then people started attacking. People started attacking the empaths, being like, "Are you really an empath, or are you just the narcissistic one who can't stand it when the attention is on somebody else?"
I mean, that's any of those people on Twitter
the girls
and
are
TikTok
fighting
in general.
Yeah,
low key narcissists that want all the
I
attention.
mean, I think it started with like a video, and it was like, when you see that person that everybody likes, but you just like, they're not a good person and you can't really like put your finger on it. And then people just like, they took that to the extreme and they blew it out of proportion like TikTok does with everything. TikTok and Twitter.
Yeah, TikTok and Twitter, man. Always going stupid.
But with that being said, I want to have Lizard come back. That would be nice.
Lizard come back for a round 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can have more guests, more of our friends come on the pod.
Yeah, I want to have more guests.
But it's just funny because like you and I have no overlapping friends.
That's true. Yeah, we have zero friends that overlap.
So like the first time, because I've known Liz for years. Like technically we went to high school together, but then we really only started talking when we worked together. And you just like the first time you talked to her was on the pod.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, maybe, and that's maybe something we talk about like when we talk about the future of the podcast. Maybe having other podcast people on.
Yeah.
Other internet celebrities. I mean, not really celebrities. Like, we can't get fucking PewDiePie on here or whatever, but like other smaller.
I wouldn't want to talk to him.
Smaller people, like smaller other internet people. You know, yes, it may be a way of us getting our name out there, but we're not doing it just for that. But yeah, it'd be cool. Matt doesn't believe me. Well, he does believe me now because the proof's out. But I am talking to a streamer that we may or may not have on in the near future. So
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Neither have ever talked to him directly, so that'd be fun. But yeah, other guests on the podcast might be a cool idea, or recurring podcast guests.
Yeah.
I mean, Liz is part of our department, so our art department, so it's only fair that we have our employees on.
Yeah. Then we talked about cheese.
Yeah.
PETA.
Episode 3.
Gamer boys taking showers.
Dick cheese.
Yeah.
Dick cheese. PETA trying to put something in Super Smash Bros. I think that was what we were talking about. Yeah.
The chicken nugget or whatever.
Yeah, that chicken nugget character. And then we talked about Super Smash Bros. Players not taking showers because gamers don't take showers. Showers are gross. Gross.
Like,
Ewy.
is that why did we talk about that? Because, like, that's been a thing for years.
Yeah, but it because it was Super Smash that it's the worst.
Yeah.
Like, conventions literally put signs up telling people to take a shower before coming because it was that bad in past tournaments for Super Smash.
And then we talked about the Super Mario movie coming out in next year.
Chris Pratt. It was the beginning of the Chris Pratt
hate parade.
The hate parade started then, yeah, when he was announced for the Super Mario. And when the movie comes out, he's gonna get canceled whether he does the Italian accent or not.
Are we gonna go see it and review it like we did Resident Evil?
Oh my god, that's. Part of me wants to say yes, but like I don't want to spend money on that piece of shit. It's not gonna be good.
Right? I'll pay. It'll be my turn.
Oh wow. I feel
maybe that's something like we can talk about going forward too is movie reviews. Maybe we'll move those. Like they'll have their own special episodes or something.
Yeah, that was one of the ideas I was gonna plan on bringing up in the future ideas.
We don't have to do it with every movie, but I mean,
no, yeah. Or do like live reactions. That was another thing we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We figure it out. We figure it out.
And then we talked about on the next episode, something that Isaiah still won't shut up about is whether or not he's an alpha, omega,
I'm a
beta.
sigma. Get it right. And Matt's a freaking delta boy, a little delta.
I'm a Omicron male.
Omicron. You're a lambda. Omega male.
I'm a Delta Theta Pi.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about men that associate to personality types like people associate to astrology signs. All bullshit, but you know, men think they're alpha males. They think they run the pack. I mean,
talked about Facebook power outage.
I wanted to tell you this, like outside of the podcast, but I'll say it on the podcast. It doesn't really matter. At work the other day, my very first customer of the day at work. Mm-hmm. I think it was Christmas Eve. I worked Christmas Eve or Boxing Day yesterday. I don't remember. But my first customer, he literally had Alpha Gang written on his neck, like tattooed on his neck. I was like, ooh, this guy's a big boy, big alpha lad. I'm sure.
Alpha boy.
I'm sure he runs the pack. Totally. That's cringe. When you start tattooing that shit on your body, oh my god, it's worse than just saying it. Like, it's infinitely worse than just saying it.
Yeah. I hate that.
But on top of that, though, we also talked about the Facebook shut down that day. Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp all went down for 6 hours on that day, if you remember.
Yeah.
It was the beginning and the end there. It was the apocalypse.
I saw something recently. I can't remember the date, and I wish I had saved the screenshot. But it was like, what was it? Like 11 or 12 different services were unavailable because like Amazon servers shut down.
Ooh.
And it's like, that's what happens when like monopolies get hold of like services and like IPs and stuff like that. It's like,
I mean, it already is a monopoly, and there's
Yeah.
I think it's 7 or 8 companies run 90% of all the other companies in the world. It's a monopoly.
But capitalism is great. Capitalism breeds innovation.
Amen, brother. I mean, I'm not gonna go as far as like fucking typical Reddit Twitter people and say that capitalism's the pure goddamn evil, because there's a reason why capitalism was
Oh, totally.
instated. But it is the most like startup, like if that makes sense, like a startup kind of society. It's the best society, like type of society that you can do to start up a society. But then it needs to transition to something else. Clearly, it's obviously not working.
And I mean,
but
it's
Twitter all have political
you sound like you
science.
Want to keep going.
Yeah, Twitter people all have political science degrees. Totally.
Well, it's funny because people talk about so much about how like communism is corrupt and like all this stuff, and meanwhile
we've never had a real communist.
We're living in a corrupt capitalist society,
and there's never
been
people
can't even tell the difference.
There's never been there's been only one true communist society in all of history too. Yeah. People love to point to Russia and stuff like that as true communists, but they were never true communists.
No,
I think Spain was the only country that was a true communist state for like a few years, and they lost the Spanish War or whatever, and then they became bullshit. But hey, why talk about facts when you can just push an agenda?
That sounds like something
Twitter
people who belong to the other color party would say.
Both people on both sides of the party say that shit.
No, I know, but it's just breaking politics down to just two colors. Like,
oh yeah,
that's something somebody on the other color party would say.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. Anyway, we
agree,
also talked about Smash Bros.
Smash Bros. Oh yeah, the new DLC, the last DLC. Mr. What's his name?
Sora
from
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my god, I'm mind blanking so hard.
Are you okay?
I kept thinking like Soul Calibur for some reason. Wrong game entirely. Yeah. How'd you like him, Matt? How'd you like him? Because we never played.
He fits really well.
Yeah, because we recorded that episode before we even played Sora.
Yeah.
But
Sora.
I said Sora.
Oh. Yeah, no,
boy.
He's good. He's a great fit. What is the future of Smash? We don't know. Sakurai is sleeping. He's been working for like 40 years on Smash Bros.
He can take it off for a bit, man. He can take it easy. What is he gonna do? Make a new game and just put the same characters and maps in it again? Like there's nothing else to do.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see more, because his company, Sora Limited, funny enough, also made the Kid Icarus reboot. So it'd be cool to see like old IPs that Nintendo has.
His company's called Sora Unlimited?
Sora Limited, yeah.
Sora Limited. So,
because
he surely
Sora
doesn't work a limited amount of hours per week.
Sora means sky, right?
Yeah,
so
okay.
It's like the sky's the limit type of mentality.
Yep.
And then we talked about Thanksgiving
and the Twitch leaks. And now people got mad that people on Twitch make millions of dollars.
But like people literally forgot about it like the next week. Like I haven't.
That's the internet for you. People don't stay mad forever.
Any of these Twitch leaks.
Like literally, people like the internet has the attention span of like goldfish. It'll last a day, it'll blow over, and they'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Just like Activision Blizzard, unfortunately. No one cares about Activision Blizzard anymore. People are gonna still buy their shitty
your
games.
Friend B on the podcast. Well, I should say our friend now. We've got
our
close.
friend.
Friend of the pod.
Communist
friend of the family. Comrade.
Yeah, all you do is send each other TikToks now. She's basically your friend.
Yeah.
Not even gonna argue with that. Maybe another person we could probably have on the podcast again later with her boyfriend, because they've been planning to start their own podcast and they're slowly getting there. They finally have the equipment and the computers for it, so maybe in the near future we'll do a collab and bounce off each other some episodes,
ideas,
guests, and ideas.
Cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
She gave her birthday on Earth as a little introduction too. Oh, we also talked about Nintendo being a piece of shit company because they think paying another $60 to get 20 emulator games for your Nintendo online service is worth it.
Yeah.
And we talked about the new Batman movie, which I'm still excited to go see.
Yes.
Just a few more months. March. Unless it gets delayed because of all the pandemic stuff going on right now.
True.
But hopefully it doesn't get delayed. Hopefully we'll be able to go see it. I was a lucky boy. I went to go see Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man. Matt hasn't seen it yet.
Nope.
It's a real good movie. Matt.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's amazing. I'm sure you've probably got all spoiled already. There's no way you've been on the internet and not got spoiled.
I mean, like, everything that happened, people kind of expected to happen.
Not really. No.
Oh, okay. Then I
no. No. But anyways, no spoilers here. But yeah, I want to go see Batman. We'll go see Batman. We'll do a movie review on it. We'll dedicate a whole hour episode to it. I'm kidding. We're not going to spend that much time on it. Not money. Time on it. But yeah.
I mean, depending on if it's good.
Yeah,
or really bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we will.
True.
That's the fun of it.
I think it'll be okay.
My Christmas, Halloween.
Oh yeah, Matt's favorite holiday, Halloween.
I'm still just like, Christmas has just passed. I'm still in the mentality that like this year just felt like it never happened. I was talking to my family on Christmas, and like we didn't get together last year because of the pandemic, and then it just felt like, because like we were gonna watch a movie, and I was like, didn't we watch this last year? My family's like, we weren't together last year. I was like, what? That's crazy.
Wacky tobacco. But yeah, we talked about Halloween. What's our favorite parts of Halloween? What our favorite movies are? Horror movies. All that spooky, fun stuff.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
And unfortunately, Resident Evil does not make it. Doesn't fit anywhere in Halloween. It's nowhere near scary or any of the sorts. So that's it. Episode 9, we talked about Facebook rebranding. Facebook is now called Meta.
Well, the company.
The company, yeah. So Facebook is still Facebook, but it's Meta Facebook now. And then Instagram is brought to you by Meta. And speaking of, the metaverse is officially in its like alpha or beta testing. And I saw news reports of people already being sexually assaulted in the metaverse.
What? Like,
it's
how?
Like being touched virtually. Girl I'll look it up. Sexually assaulted in metaverse. I saw it on like a French thing, so I didn't want to send it to you because I know how much you hate the French thing. Yeah, there you go. Technology review. A beta tester for Meta's metaverse virtual reality platform, Horizon World, says she was virtually groped in what may be the first allegation of its kind. Yeah, the alleged act occurred on November 26th. She was helping Facebook with the beta testing, saying that sexual harassment is no joke on the regular internet, but being in VR adds another layer that makes the event even more intense, as the characters can speak and touch you. And other people on the platform were supporting the guy groping her. This happens all the time in fucking VR chat, but it's...
Yeah, that doesn't make it right.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But, yeah, so... Watch out. You're gonna get virtually raped or virtually killed in Metaverse, and...
If you die in the game, you die for real.
I was gonna make that joke. I'm like, give it 50 years and we're all gonna be hooked up to these machines living in the metaverse, and they're gonna fucking kill us. And we can't die in real life.
So the Matrix?
Yeah, basically. We're gonna mix of Matrix and like Wall-E. Just fat people in a chair with metaverse strapped to our forehead, and we're gonna get click-clacked in real life if we die in the game. But yeah, I have no idea what this metaverse thing is supposed to be. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's like, is it supposed to be like serious thing? Like, it's supposed to be like for meetings, no? Like, it's supposed.
I have no idea.
I think it's like supposed to be like the future of meetings. Like, you meet inside the virtual space instead of going to work every day. But like, I guess there's also like a game section, like
silly.
Gaming section. I have no fucking clue what this metaverse thing is. And
yeah,
I'm trying to look it up here.
Oh, and then we also talked about Elon Musk saying that he would solve world hunger, but he never did.
So. Wasn't that an episode? Oh yeah, he never did. Yeah. And he's back at it today, saying that he posted a tweet saying, for all those that are mad, I pay $1 billion. I'm gonna be paying $1 billion in taxes this year. And then
boo-hoo.
And people went off on him. They're like, yeah, that's 4% of your income or revenue, whatever. Meanwhile, the average American spends 30 to 40% of their revenue or their income on taxes. I mean,
so stupid, so aggravating.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Elon Musk is it's weird. I've never seen such a dichotomy. It's like it started off with people fanboying over Elon Musk so hard, and I couldn't stand it. It pissed me off. And now it's going the opposite way. People are starting to hate Elon Musk to the point that it's starting to piss me off. It's like, okay, we get it, you hate him, but people are going overboard in both directions as they usually do. It's always one extreme or the other. And now we're stuck with Elon Musk either being the savior of the earth or the devil, depending who you ask.
I mean, he kind of already was the devil.
And now he's sexiest man alive, baby.
No, he's Time Person of the Year.
Oh, sorry, Time Person of the Year. Never mind. Yeah.
Sexiest man alive.
There's no way he's sexiest man of the year with that wee ass haircut. That wee ass looking haircut.
What a foolish individual. I saw a video. It was like, of course, he's literally the richest person on the planet, but still cries when people don't think he's the coolest person on Twitter.
Look at me, I'm cool.
It's just pathetic. And again, no one can ethically own $1 billion, let alone hundreds of billions of dollars, but let's not get into that.
Yeah. It's a whole topic in and of itself.
We talked about more politics, Astroworld, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Astroworld.
On episode 10.
I don't think there's not any updates since then. Astroworld.
No.
Kylie Jenner returns to Instagram on Christmas after Astroworld tragedy. She was on hiatus, apparently.
Was she there? Was it her fault? Why is that relevant? What?
She's married to Travis Scott, so she's automatically guilty. Yes. Travis Scott donated 5,000 toys to a toy drive in one of his first appearances since the Astroworld tragedy.
Bro, who cares?
You're exactly right. No one cares. It's this. Travis Scott played the game right. No one cares now. He's not.
Yeah, you just
wait it off
out of the public eye for a couple minutes,
and no one will care.
Exactly. People just forget.
He's not gonna get all these lawsuits are gonna fall through now because no one cares.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, he gave 2,000 presents to kids in Houston after Astroworld tragedy as well. And then.
So what? We forgive him now?
Yep, we do. But actually, here we go. Finally, an update from the actual lawsuits from TMZ. Congress requests a full rundown of the event from Live Nation, which is the people that ran the thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the main promoter of the event. They want them to come to the table for a conversation about how the 10 people ended up dying at the concert, requesting any and all pertinent info on the colossal failure. So I guess they're just trying to get all the info right now before they start court case.
Yeah.
Republican. Oh no! What? Wait, what? Rep. What does rep mean? REP. Is that Republican? The effort to get to the bottom of this at the congressional level is being headed up by the Rep Carolyn B. Maloney, the chairwoman of the Committee on Oversight and Reform, and Rep James Comer, the ranking member, among other members of the committee.
I think it means
representative.
Yes. Thank you.
The Congress thinks that, for instance, reports indicate that security and medical staff are inexperienced or ill-equipped to deal with mass injuries. Some attendees stated that the placement of barricades made it difficult to escape, and there was no warning signs.
Again, I hope something comes of it, but we know there won't.
No, they won't be. Yeah. Apparently, public officials.
A cynical episode.
Yeah. Public officials in Houston declared it a mass casualty event, and it took, even after they announced it took minutes for it to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, Yeah, they want info, but no later than January 7th. And they'll take a full briefing if they have to on January 12th. So it's keeping going. It's gonna keep it going, but we'll see what happens.
So this is probably not the last you've heard from us about it. So
yeah, so we'll see.
If it pops up in the news, we'll probably talk about it. And then
wait, what? Hold on. Shut up.
Watch your mouth.
Oh, he did an interview. Travis Scott did an interview on Thursday, 2 weeks ago. December 10th. So before December 10th. What, December 10th? December 10th was a Friday. So on the 9th. December 9th, he did an interview apparently with someone. With Charlemagne the God, radio personality. He described from his perspective what happened at the November 5th festival. He said, it wasn't really until minutes before the press conference until I figured out exactly what happened. Even after the show, you're just kind of hearing things. I didn't know the exact details until minutes before the press conference, Scott said. He said he paused the performance a couple of times, but he couldn't hear fans screaming for help. I stopped like a couple of times just to make sure everybody was okay, said Scott. I just really go off the fans' energy as a collective, you know? Call and response. I just didn't hear that. So he's saying that he did not hear anyone die. 300 lawsuits, blah, blah, blah.
Didn't they literally, like, crowd surf a body?
Yeah, and he was, like, singing at it. He was pointing at it and, like, singing. He's just trying to do damage control right now. Damage control.
Yeah.
Cause of death revealed for victims? What do you mean? We know how they died.
I mean, probably.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
Specific causes.
10 of them died from asphyxia, compression asphyxia, and then one of them died from combined toxic effects of cocaine, methamphetamine, and ethanol.
An overdose. Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, there were people running around, jacking, stabbing people with needles at the event apparently too, because a cop overdosed too, because he got stabbed by a needle at Astro World.
Yeah, that's wild. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Astro World was a disaster. We already talked enough about that.
Yeah, and then we talked about
NFTs.
Your favorite thing.
NFTs. They're still somehow going bigger than ever. Crazy Frog is NFTs now. I want to look at these Crazy Frog NFTs.
Keanu Reeves spoke out against NFTs because I guess they were trying to sell NFTs with the new Matrix Resurrection. And then he just like, let's not talk about this. Like, this is silly.
Like, the Crazy Frog Twitter page is still popping off. I don't understand. They're still posting shit. Yeah, all their shit is crypto though right now.
Yeah.
I feel like someone hacked the Crazy Frog page and now is just making NFTs and crypto off of it.
Probably. Like,
although apparently they're still making music. Crazy Frog dropped a song called Tricky. He doesn't have his wee wee though out.
Damn.
They censored the wee wee. Oh my god, this came out on December 9th. I'm listening to it right now. Oh my god, this is annoying. I listened to like 5 seconds and I can't anymore already. Everyone in the comment section is Russian. What is this? Crazy Frog is like Russian now? Like everyone, the Russian people? They're top of the Russian billboards right now?
Wild.
They even released like a full press thing. Hey, we know there's a lot of questions and concerns about the NFT drop on MetaBeats. Let's get a few things out of the way. These are official Crazy Frog NFTs. They will happen, and we understand if anyone's not for them. As seen before, there have been quite a few fake scam NFTs trying to use the Crazy Frog name in the past. Who's using the Crazy Frog name to sell their NFTs? Excuse me? You could literally use anything else, and they would probably sell a lot more than Crazy Frog in 2021. This drop is only really meant for the crypto/NFT communities. Behind the scenes, they're going to be working on something truly special for everyone in the future. Dedicated to the biggest fans and will be on the metaverse. It'll be crazy. Oh my god, Crazy Frog's coming to the metaverse.
Crazy Frog, like, metaverse concert?
Oh my god. Fortnite couldn't get him, so metaverse will do it instead.
So Facebook will.
Yeah. Fortnite couldn't get Crazy Frog to do a concert, so Even Roblox is doing concerts now in their games.
That's so funny.
KSI and like a few other people
Imagine like in the future, you just like you hear these old people talking, and it's like,
were you there for that Crazy Frog metaverse?
Grandpa, Grandma, how did you guys meet? Oh dear, it was the most exciting thing. We met at the Crazy Frog Metaverse concert in 2023. Nobody could leave the house because of COVID. So everybody tuned in to the Metaverse concert.
The Metaverse concert.
Where we revered our new god, Crazy Frog.
Amazing.
Talk about dystopian future.
Crazy Frog is automatically dystopian. Yeah, and then in episode 12, we talked about, we gave a little updates on Travis Scott and Activision Blizzard, which we already just did, so we're not going to talk about that again.
We talked about pet peeves.
Pet peeves, yeah. Matt goes full Joker mode in this episode.
And then we had probably our best viewer question.
Sure. Our best viewer question, yeah. Which Dark Souls boss we'd want to get Sloppy Toppy from.
Yeah.
So please ask similar questions like that, please. Again, please ask questions.
That was like one of our higher watched episodes too.
Yeah, so. For sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So if you want to ask wacky questions, like we said, nothing's off limits. You can literally ask us anything. Okay, maybe a few exceptions, but literally anything is on the table. Go as wacky as you want, as naughty as you want. If you want to talk about shit like this, but
yeah, we got to keep it semi appropriate.
No,
for on air.
No. And then Unlucky episode 13, we talked about our whole cringy childhood.
I think this was my favorite episode. I think if anyone's going to ask me, like, oh my God, like, where should we start, like, listening to your podcast?
I always say 3. I always say 3 to people. Start from episode 3.
Yeah?
Because the first 2 were kind of meh. I think we finally started getting into the swing of things, at least at episode 3. Like, at least the style of show that I wanted to go for. Like, literally episode 3, we talked about cheese for 3/4 of the episode. Like, it's just that kind of random, not comedy, but, like, I guess it's comedy in a sense. I mean, I don't think we're comedians by any means, but
yeah,
I guess we could be considered funny, quote unquote, but
entertainment.
Yeah. I found out that that's where we really started hitting our stride. And then like with the Mario episode after, talking about like you getting your dick sucked in the street by fans and like
what?
You said that as a joke at the start of episode 4. You're saying how you're being recognized by everyone around the world and like
oh yeah,
you got off your knees for $20 or whatever, and then
I mean I'm doing that anyways.
I just think we started flowing better with the bits and stuff.
Yeah,
so that's what's from episode 3 onwards. But yeah, 13 is definitely like one of the more solid ones. Like obviously there's some less good episodes like between 3 and 13, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean we can't have 100% successes every time, I guess, but
we're doing our best, okay?
Yeah, we are.
Get off our backs.
So yeah, we talked
about
the
vibes. Stop.
So Matt talked about
I want to do more bits like that. I just want to like go off the deep end. I think her name is like HRH Collection. The one who like does that.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
But yeah, Matt talked about shitting in the woods, his Naruto fanfic. I talked about collecting rocks, being a social outcast, all that fun stuff, childhood memories we love.
Yeah, you know, just our childhood memories.
And then episode 14, we talked about Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. Did a little review of that.
Did our first, like, basically a review of the movie. Yeah. And then played a little game, which was fun.
A little fun game of Would You Rather.
Yeah.
That was a pretty simple episode. Not much to talk about there. And then 2 weeks ago, we did a serial tier list.
See, when we're looking at our episodes like this, like it really doesn't feel like we've done that much.
No, yeah, but it's still quite a bit.
Yeah.
Episode 15 is probably one of my favorites too. The serial tier list. Matt getting mad.
See, this
at
is the one
Brand.
where like, if people are like, "Oh, what episode should I watch?" I'm gonna say like, unless you know us, don't start with this one. But like, if you know us personally,
that's true.
Start with this one.
Yeah, episode 15 is really fun, at least for me.
Yeah.
Matt getting mad at Raisin Bran was my favorite moment of the podcast thus far.
We should definitely do more.
Like I was literally crying, Matt. Yeah, we should definitely do more tier lists, more controversial tier lists like this. Get everyone all riled up. And then last but not least, last week, I'm sure not many people need a reminder
you
on
tuned
this.
in.
It was
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas. We did the Christmas special where we talked about what we like about Christmas, we don't like about Christmas. We were Debbie Downers again. Matt was the Grinch. And that was pretty much it for that. And that's where it brings us to today, our New Year's special. And what's the future for the podcast gonna look like? Well, here's a few ideas that I had.
Yeah.
Obviously the main show will keep going, obviously. Every Friday, 9 a.m., we drop a new episode. That's not going anywhere. We'll definitely be going till episode 52, which is our 1 year special. Which is not till next September, so we still have a while to go, but it'll come. It'll come with due time. Obviously, like, I always try to think, I always think very, very long term. And if we do get any kind of traction, obviously, then it's when it's beneficial, I guess, to, like, expand into other things. Well, even beforehand, like, doing movie reviews. Matt and I, we talked about perhaps, like, doing, like, live reactions, like, weird-ass videos on the internet. Obviously, it would
be fun.
Obviously, it would be with video, and it'd be a YouTube-only kind of thing, because the only video platform we have. But it'd be cool.
We'd have to explore with different platforms.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
We joked around about doing in-game podcast recordings. So, like, obviously, it would still go up on audio-only platforms, but, like, the YouTube version would be not gameplay, but just us in a game talking.
Specifically Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Like the one that we had.
We'll show our Minecraft world off, our Minecraft Mildly Ignorant Podcast Survival world off.
Minecraft World Tour.
Minecraft World Tour. That was another idea I had, and, like, obviously, I had another idea. I forget what it was. Yeah, once we get to, like, a decent sized audience, obviously one of our goals is to monetize as much as, sorry Twitter, but entertainers don't do it for free. It'd be cool to monetize to a certain extent.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna be investing more into the podcast,
well, exactly, yeah.
It's not so much like we're gonna make bank, but it's just like we've just got to kind of cover the costs of what we're doing.
And, like, as many people would be like, hey, yeah, it's getting cheaper and cheaper to make a podcast nowadays. There's always stuff you can upgrade, right? Like,
exactly.
Once we get to a certain level, you can't grow if your quality is not, like, just audio quality per se is not pristine. People are really picky about that kind of shit. So just upgrading mics and stuff like that. For example, I just got a better mic for Christmas and using it right now. So maybe the audio quality might be a bit better, but stuff like,
can you hear Isaiah better? If you can, leave a comment.
Yeah, stuff like that. Buying pop filters, buying, eventually if we move our sets, like, into, like,
studio?
Not studio, but, like, having foam walls and stuff like that. Just
yeah.
And then also, obviously, advertising. Like, it's one thing that we have to start doing with our podcast soon is buying ad space. Yeah. Going onto other podcasts and promoting our stuff. All that costs money, and obviously, as we grow, we need to monetize. And should that be, doing ad reads during the episodes? We try to.
If it comes to it, let's.
And obviously, the end goal would be, like, to have, like, some kind of Patreon thing for fans that want to donate directly to us. And
that's the idea that I kind of like the most.
Yeah,
a Patreon.
And, like, all the podcasts that I listen to do the exact same thing, right? Where not all of our bonus stuff would go there, but for example, we'd maybe do, like, a bonus podcast episode every other week that would go up on there, or every week. So, like, I have our main episode, and then a bonus episode that goes up weekly on the Patreon, which, it'd be behind a paywall, but at least it'd be directly supporting us. Yeah,
and it would be things that, like, the audience would have a lot more say in, right?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. People, like, we would make it so that the whole Patreon would get access to, like, I don't know, a Discord server or some way to communicate with us more directly.
Yeah.
So you'd get your money's worth. There'd be lots more perks and stuff like that, but this is, like, very, very long-term thinking. Obviously, podcasts take a while to grow, so we'll see where it goes. And especially, this is one thing that sucks being in the land of snow and ice, northern Canada. Well, not northern Canada, but Canada.
Northern Canada.
We don't get ads as easily as in the US do. We do have like a distribution, like, what are they called? Like a distribution platform that distributes our podcast for us instead of us doing it.
Yeah.
And like, Americans have it so much easier. They can get like ad reads right off the bat. Meanwhile, Canadians have to like do it manually.
Work for
yeah,
it.
we have to like directly contact sponsors if we want them, and they won't accept us to like being an even bigger size than the average American podcast. Yeah. So it's a lot harder to monetize. But like we said, it's not the goal. It would just
the
be
industry is a lot more cutthroat.
It's not our goal to monetize. Like, we're not, like, obviously we're not going to try and make a living off of this, but it would just be something nice to have, you know, in the long run as we grow.
Exactly. Growth and the feeling of achievement that comes with it, and like touching other people.
What?
Not like help. I don't know how to phrase it. Like,
you know what'd be cool though, talking about touching people. You know what'd be cool?
What would be cool, Isaiah?
I always thought about doing like, and obviously we would need to be like a ridiculous, huge
meet and greet
podcast. Yeah, it'd be like a meet and greet or like doing a live episode recording.
We'll rent out City Hall.
Shut the fuck up. Well, clearly Matt doesn't like this idea.
Oh my god, we can go on tour.
Shut up, we're not going on tour.
Why not?
Because that's never gonna happen, Matt.
The Mildly Ignorant tour.
The Mildly Ignorant tour. You guys,
I think it's a great idea.
All wear your Mildly Ignorant merch.
Oh, that's what we need.
Oh yeah, we totally need merch, Matt, right now. That's the one thing that we'll need.
I mean, like, obviously not right now, but I think that would be cool.
Well, yeah.
A shirt with our logo on it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, it's part of expanding is making merch and stuff like that. So those are very cool long-term goals. I mean,
yeah.
I guess short-term is just stick to what we're doing now. You know, weekly episode. It's been working thus far, and it will keep working. We're gonna do stuff behind the scenes. That doesn't really impact the viewers, like, you know, advertising our own podcast, maybe reaching out to other podcasts that are around our size or whatnot, and like getting promotion off of them, because that apparently works really well. Stuff like that. We do work. But yeah, we're thankful to everyone who's listened to us these last since the very start, or for those who've only watched just one episode. It's fine. We get it. You supported in at least in some way. If we're not for you, that's fine. We understand. But as long as you gave us just one little episode to listen, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And
you know what? If it was like kind of your vibe, but you're not really sure, feel free to drop in and tell us what you want.
And since there's no parasocial relationships, we'll change our entire podcast to fit the needs of our viewers.
Just for you.
Because we will kiss ass. No.
No, but I mean, like, if there's something you want to see and it's within our realm of possibility, we'll definitely try something new or talk about something else.
No, exactly. Yeah, if you want to leave topics for us to talk about, go right ahead. I mean, some weeks we struggle to come up with topics, so it'd be nice if you want to hear us talk about something, go right ahead. Let us know.
Yeah. And
we will talk about it to the best of our extent of our knowledge, because we're not very knowledgeable.
We're mildly ignorant.
Damn right. But yeah.
That's right, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. I think it's time to go to our user question, viewer question, listener question, whatever you want to call it. Before we wrap up the episode, let's do
we should totally call it like the question of the day, which is funny because we only have
question of the week,
like one episode a week.
Question of the week. I'm trying to find one of the questions on the list here.
While you're doing that, my friend sent me this Snapchat. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and he's like, I'm just imagining playing Minecraft in my head. And like he was making the sounds of like chopping down a tree with his mouth and like the collecting noise. It was so funny. I'm gonna get him to do it and I'll send it to you.
Beautiful.
And if I can, maybe I'll put it on the pod somehow.
Ooh. Okay. If you could star in a movie, what movie would it be?
Like a movie that's already out, or just like a new movie?
It doesn't specify, so what movie would it be?
I think it would be like a teen romance movie. As much as I want to say something cool like Batman movie, it would probably be like something like Mean Girls or Clueless or something.
Or
like,
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Just say you want to get railed, Matt.
On film, though? Like cinema film and not like seedy Pornhub film? If I was going to star in a movie, I think it would be like Backdoor Sluts 9.
Is that what they call gay porn?
No.
They call it right in front
probably,
of my salad.
Probably like a teen cult classic. Or Shrek.
Shut the fuck up. I knew you were going to say Shrek. I knew you were going to say Shrek. For me, it would probably be... Part of me would want to be in like a
American
zombie...
Psycho.
A zombie show or a zombie movie. I know it's probably... I have to say zombie movie, so...
Would you be the hero who... what type cast would you play? Like which role would you be in?
I would play not a white person because white people are stupid as shit in horror movies.
So you're gonna do blackface.
Okay, man, no. I would be a zombie. No, I'm kidding. No. Okay.
I think your character would be like, you wouldn't show up at the beginning of the movie. You'd be like either like 2/3 or like halfway through. And you're that character that like the survivors run into who wants nothing to do with them and just kind of like he could almost have his own side story.
I agree with that. I was gonna say Negan
like,
from The Walking Dead, but hey.
Because you're not a villain, but you're not social. You're not a hero.
I'm an anti-hero, you're definitely, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, like you could have your own spin-off story, but you're just like you're a lone wolf. But like we all know that character in zombie movies.
So wait,
you're
calling me a Sigma?
The one who doesn't. Like the one that doesn't join the group.
Yeah,
just kind of,
I know what you mean.
Like they maybe they help the group.
Yeah,
with
exactly,
something,
yeah.
But then they just like they go their own way. That's totally your character.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
If I was in a zombie movie, I would die at the beginning.
Oh my god, I dropped my drink cap. Okay, well. Yeah, no, I don't see you dying right away, man. I think you'd be pretty okay. You'd be pretty okay, I think.
When or if would I die, do you think? I don't think I would die. Take that back.
Yeah, I don't think you would die, to be honest.
I would kill all my friends and family. No, I'm kidding.
You definitely have to go on your knees a few times, but you would,
Hello?
I'm sure you'd make it through.
Sloppy Toppy saves the day.
Exactly.
Again.
So, moral of the story, Matt would want to appear in Backyard Sluts 9. So I think we should wrap here, Matt.
The zombie edition.
Yeah, zombie edition, yeah. But yeah, I think we'll wrap here. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this New Year's Eve special of the Mildly Ignorant podcast.
Special. Every second episode is special.
Basically, yeah. Our New Year's Eve edition. How about that? New Year's Eve edition of the Mildly Ignorant podcast.
Year in review.
Year in review, yes.
16 episodes in review.
Woo! Here comes another 500, baby.
Woo!
But yeah, thank you for listening. If you haven't done so already, like we said at the start, please follow us on Facebook's, Instagrams, and Twitters. Please do that. We want to bring up our follower count. So if you haven't done so already, if you
engage too, likes, comments,
comments, put share it with other people. do everything you can, please, to get our name out there. Share our podcast with other people if you feel so inclined to do so. And for those who don't know, we are on all audio platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Radiocast, Radio Friendly, Reason.fm, our new one, Overcast, Stitcher, a few other ones. I think I got them all, but we're pretty much on everything. You'll find us. And we're also on YouTube. Please subscribe, please like, and please comment over there on the YouTube channel, even though it may not be.
And click the bell for notifications. Ew. I've always wanted to say that.
Shut up.
I've always wanted to say it, and I never got the opportunity.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on new episodes coming out weekly at 9 a.m. on a Friday. But yeah. I know YouTube might not be for everyone for podcasts because it's video format and you can't really close the screen when listening. But at least go over there and please like it, subscribe if you can. It'll help us out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you for listening again, and we'll see you all next week with our first edition in 2022. New year, new
Isaiah, us. I'll see you next year.
Bye-bye, everybody.
I hate that joke. Bye.